Hi everyone, welcome back to Wet, and we'll be jumping straight into another unique kind of mission in the game. It's got some pretty great music, and it's also probably one of the harder levels to do, as you can very easily die. But I think it's a lot of fun. And as you can see here, QTEs are pretty rampant in this part. And your general other thing to do is you're chasing down the bloke with the case, and you're shooting all his dudes, and the easiest time to hit them is when you're in the air because of the auto aim. And as you can see here, it's just very, very easy to get hit. Aim can go all over the place. I generally find the best idea is to shoot ahead of them when you're in a good spot, really. But luckily, with this, I mean, you can just take them down easily enough. And we've got one of the longest roads you'll ever see. This section can be annoying to die at as well, because you can go back quite far, but with the checkpoints it's sometimes a good idea because you can recover health that way. As you see there, I mean, I've nearly lost 3 blocks of health already. And because this is the least amount of health I've had so far, as you begin to die, the film grain on the screen gets a lot more severe, which I think is a nice effect of the actual film reel just breaking, as it were. And I've done this mission a few times, and I'm really not sure if there's another way to tackle the cars, because I've never really thought about shooting the wheels. Maybe I should try that at a later time when I replay the game. But as you can see there, the shooting ahead does seem to work. It's not so bad with a faster firing weapon. Well, we can up the end of this particular section in a minute, once you get to this bridge. There's the cool film grain effect there, going all over the place.
Help me! You gotta help me! I can't feel my legs! Oh fuck! I can't feel my legs! I can't feel my fucking leg! You bitch! You fucking bitch! You're gonna leave me! You fucking bitch!
You should have stopped at I can't feel my legs. off your dogs.
She's okay. Tell him it's arrived.
Paging Dr. Morris. Dr. Morris to reception, please.
This heart will save your father's life, Mr. Ackers. He wouldn't survive the night without it. Look, don't worry. We'll keep you updated of your father's progress.
My father's enemies, my enemies, want him dead. It's because of you that he'll live. Thank you.
And there's the matter of my payment.
Yes, of course. The amount we agreed upon?
So, there was a heart in the package, and we've had a good old time skip. And here we are in Ruby's Boneyard, which is a sort of training area. It's not too bad. It's a good break from the regular pace of the game. And we do come here a couple more times. And unfortunately this is what the rest of the video is about. So it doesn't get really much more insane than the last couple of videos. Well, last few parts. But the first thing we'll do is a challenge, where we basically have to do go through checkpoints the quickest time possible. Now we can reduce the time by shooting targets. I'm not going for the golds here because I just sort of want to get it done, and I didn't really want to keep replaying it over and over, because you sort of get the gist of it anyway. So yeah, once we jump through these ones here, we can make the target appear, and we can have a go at shooting it. And because of the time slowed down, it seems to last forever. Otherwise, if you're not slowing down time, then the signs go down almost instantly. I mean, generally you'd want to be making sure everything's perfect where you jump in, and any sort of other acrobatics. But what helps though is to have certain upgrades, just because it makes things slightly easier and you can do more whilst doing other moves. Like being able to shoot whilst swinging from poles and that. And me being stupid there, remembering I probably should have wall ran instead of jumping. So that sets you back a good few seconds. But it's a good way to actually, if you sort of struggled in the beginning with the combat rooms, gives you a sort of better idea of how to traverse the maps and whatnot, which I think is pretty neat. But I also think this probably should have come first, I think, rather than the opening, or at least to have it in between. And I've always found this particular jump here I've always had some sort of trouble with. I seem to fail that almost every time. So I'm definitely not getting a gold for this one. And there's the finish line. So, bronze for that. Well, that actually might have been silver, I'm not sure. But next we get another tutorial kind of thing, which I think's quite boring. But again, it's something that'll come up in the game later on. And it's basically just shooting things as they fly through the air and as they appear. And sometimes it can be a bit awkward to see some of the targets, so it's best to try and shoot out those windows with the sandbags. But you're mainly on the lookout for the barrels and the pigeon shooting discs. But you either get the time limit, or once you reach a certain amount of points, it's pretty easy to control. I mean, you just zoom in with the left, with the L1 if you need to zoom in. And I do think shooting the barrels can kill other targets with its blast damage. As you see, you're better off aiming where the disc is going to go rather than where it is. You see, I missed a few of them. And at least that's over quickly. And now we've got another weapon which can get rid of the tiring sound of the handguns constantly shooting. And we get to run another obstacle course with the shotguns. As you can guess, they do a fair bit of damage up close to enemies. As you can see, one of the big things with the shotguns is they have ammo. Which means you're better off just using them until you run out. Although you could just use it when it's necessary, but I just think it's easier just to use them whenever. And I think the only thing keeping this part of the game from being totally boring is the music. And what's good with these targets is there are some targets which appear which are close together, and it only takes one shot to kill them, which is nice. And they do a good job of using up all the space in the boneyard, especially going quite high in that. As you see, it's quite hard to aim and walk at normal speed just because of how fast Ruby walks. But I like using the shotguns in the game, so you'll probably see me using them quite a bit more than the other weapons you unlock. But it's nice to hear a different sound. As you just saw there, the platforming can be a bit awkward when it starts to change. at certain angles and everything. And when you're on the poles, just always try and jump off them as quick as possible, because if you're not holding X or A to jump off as soon as possible, you're going to be stuck on there for a couple of turns, which is quite annoying actually. As you can see there, I went off and on the wrong way completely. Yeah, so as you can see, I've not done as good on this one as the handgun one, and we get this jump again. But luckily, I leave it a bit longer before attempting anything. This is going to be it for this video, so I'll see you guys next time for a slightly more interesting one. See ya.
Here we go.
Born in a one-horse town, amongst the lost and found, anybody found a different way. A stolen gun one take, shattered music played, Mr. Leroy. Found people with gun in hand, led our gang, stone through the road, the wider ways, live beside the law, rebels without a cause, kings of the wild.
My name is William Ackers, and you may not be aware of this, but you've helped me a great deal in the past. The heart that beats in my chest right now is there only because of you.
What is it that you want?
My son Trevor. He's a good boy.
Yeah, I've met him. Great guy.
He's in Hong Kong. He's fallen in with a crowd of, well, for lack of a better word, undesirables. And it's taking its toll on him, and me. I want him out of that influence and brought back to the family fold.
Can't do it. Sorry.
Why not?
A lot of reasons. First is I hate to fly, and last I heard, Hong Kong's not all that drivable.
Look, you saved my life. Now I need you to save his. And I'll make it undeniably worth your while.
I'm listening.